Okay, TBI Raiders is something in which I created in January of 2002 while I was attending Rose State College. Originally, I had only intended it to be an online club, but as time passed and I spoke with more survivors, both online, in person, and via email, they wanted it to be formed into an organization that did something, such as a nonprofit. It wasn't until I traveled to Washington, D.C., for this LAGO, in 2004 that I began to get an idea of just what I could do with TBI Raiders. There are so many misconceptions about traumatic brain injury. It's not even funny. While I was attending Rose State College, not only did I experience these misconceptions, but I also remembered what I thought about those different than me. It wasn't anything bad. I always wanted to lend a helping hand, but I saw the goodness in people without disabilities as well, which is why I turned in a volunteer service. Both groups hold misconceptions about each other, and the only way to get past it is to get both groups working alongside one another so they can see how wrong they are to hold those misconceptions about one another. Ugh. I got a bunch of these little things formed. That's why I'm going. Got like close to 30 of them. So I'm going to go through them. Okay, the problem in TBI in America, I've already said the data for like emergency department and that whole stuff, so I'm not going to go through it again. The decrease in TBI related deaths caused by motor vehicle crashes from 2007 to 2013 is likely accountable or attributable to efforts to prevent motor vehicle crashes. Nevertheless, more can be done to further reduce motor vehicle crashes. The United States lags behind other high-income countries in the rate of motor vehicle crashes. In 2013, the rate of motor vehicle crash deaths in the United States was more than double the average rate of high-income comparison countries. Redoubling efforts to increase restraint use and reduce alcohol-impaired driving, among other proven interventions, are critical to the continued reduction of motor vehicle crash-related traumatic brain injuries. Although the number of traumatic brain injury related deaths increased from 2007 to 2013, the age-adjusted rate of traumatic brain injury related deaths decreased. The decrease was largely attributable to a decrease in the rate of fatal traumatic brain injuries in motor vehicle crashes. However, to some extent, this decrease has masked increases during the same period in fatal traumatic brain injuries caused by falls, particularly amongst older adults, and an increase in fatal attributable to intentional fatal self-harm, fatal traumatic brain injury attributable to intentional self-harm were found predominantly among males. Firearms were predominant principal mechanism of injury. The increase of fatal traumatic brain injuries attributable to intentional self-harm is consistent with an overall increase in suicide rates in the United States and underscores the importance of comprehensive and coordinated prevention efforts, including efforts to enhance social supports and connectedness, reduce stigma for help seeking, and provide support for those at greatest risk. Okay, these next slides are things I want to say are statistics I've got for the nation and okay, this is for Oklahoma. The next one I got is for Stillwater. For Stillwater, or for Oklahoma, for 2007, 3,281. 2008, 3,481. 2009, 3,629. 2010, 3,629. 2011, 3,822. 2012, 3,524. 2013, 3,231. 2014, 3,147. 2015, 3,129. Now, I got these from the Oklahoma Department of Health, by the way. The death toll, oh gosh, for 2015 was 925 for a population of 3,907,414 at a rate of 23.7. 2016 was 3,923,561. I think I said it was 991 at a rate of 25.3. And I saw the numbers somewhere for 2016, and it was not as much as 2007, which was 3,281. Go fig. Okay, now we get to the problem, traumatic brain injury in Stillwater. 2007 was 30. And real quickly, I don't know if this is people in Stillwater that sustained traumatic brain injury, or if they're from Stillwater and they're sustained it somewhere else. Don't ask. I don't know. I didn't ask. I wasn't specific. And I may have been. I don't remember. I'd have to find the email I sent. 2008, 43. 2009, 19. 2012, 10. 25. 2011, 41. 2012, 34. 2013, 18. 2014, 30. I think I said 2011, 41, or 41 for 2011. I don't remember. Say numbers too many times, you get confused. Okay. TBI in the military. Bill Brace is a veterans representative. Well, he retired now, but at the time he told me that this is when we were talking about traumatic brain injury in the armed forces. I had explained my father, a retired first sergeant of 36 years, had explained to me why, but I couldn't remember. And it didn't help when people would ask me why, because I knew why, but I couldn't remember the explanation and didn't quite know how to explain it. Ugh. Now I just gotta see if I'm. And I've wrote down his. And don't ask me what I did with his explanation. He explained it, but you can go to the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs Office of Research and Development page to that list of facts you see on this. I have a slide that I'm going to be showing if I get to present over in Spain and everything. But I had the explanation. It's probably on my slide. I didn't write it down on this. We seem to have lost the sense of what matter. We have young adults more worried about themselves and the whole quote unquote me. I've had comments made to me the reason I didn't get help with what I'm trying to do is because it's not people don't care, but it's not one of their issues or hobbies. Whatever. See if that was. Gotta get that all cleared up. So I don't shrink down. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to go over those slides yet because I got to redo the events. Because the reason I got to redo the events has to do with the fact that I talked with a traumatic brain injury survivor in Maine, and she told me about um, how they got started on everything they were doing, and she's going to help me get everything, help me with some stuff here in Oklahoma. So I'm going to get all that sorted out and fix those slides. Okay. School is where the education begins for everyone, but we also need to be giving them opportunities to help them see outside the box and think about the quote unquote bigger picture. Everyone needs to be educated about the traumatic brain injury, and in the process, they will be learning about post traumatic stress disorder as well as disabilities. This way, they can help create the best plan for the work environment. The City Council provides hope for those in all the three communities that there is a chance that things can change. That okay. There's a chance they can help create change by communicating with the council that is willing to work with them. We need to start taking a more active approach and doing something on what we do to help those living with a traumatic brain injury, especially once they leave the hospital setting. I talked with contacts in other states and survivors in person, and both in person and online. It was mind-boggling where our state was lacking. So in college, I also started talking to elected officials like my representatives and sending them reports what I would do, like what I was doing and all that stuff. Okay, some of you like reading in your spare time. Mine was researching and writing mind-boggling reports on traumatic brain injury and sending them to mine and to elected officials. I kid you not. When I was at Rose State, I wrote papers and papers and papers and papers and papers and emailed them. Oh, I got lost. Now I've created a plan that I want to start in Stillwater. I have other cities and schools, or schools even, watch what I'm doing, and they can pick what they like and do it in their community if they would like to. I'm doing this, I'm not doing this to become a millionaire. I'm doing this because something finally needs to be done to help those in my community. I have an idea for funding, but you will have to ask me on that. But if another community school, etc., takes on what I have created, ew, I just want accreditation for creating it. We've got too many people obsessed with becoming rich. Not a bad thing, but I want to be happy, content, able to take care of myself, and be on good insurance for the job I work. Alrighty. Oh. Yikes, I accidentally hit something I didn't mean to. So, that essentially is the presentation I want to take overseas. I've just got to fix some stuff. But see this? This is how many slides or postcards I've got to go through and work on. I've got to fix some stuff and everything. So, post questions if you have anything. I got to get ready to go OSU. Bye. Go Pokes.